I ran one prompt through 5 AI models inside Figma Make, from the cheapest to one that cost almost 3 times as much. You'd assume the priciest looks the best. It didn't. The cheapest model gave me the best looking design. One of them broke and charged me extra to stay broken. So when you pay more in Figma Make, what are you actually paying for? Same prompt, 5 models, 3 families. Claude, Gemini, and GPT. We'll be building a budgeting app called Sensible, dashboard, transaction screen, and AI money coach. Scoring would be based on credits, the design, whether the prototype actually works, and a quick look at how it exports into real Figma file. Let's dive right away. We're starting with Claude Sonnet, it's cheaper tier of Claude. So I input prompt, it generated the application. There were 2 errors and it fixed right away. Fixing errors didn't cause additional credit spent. So that's it. Let's review the application itself. This top panel looking a bit weird, but overall, all the features are here. We can add expense. Let's say we're adding grocery run. We can choose a category, let's see, and add a transaction. It changed the number here, change the number here, and here's the latest expense that we added. Okay, we can go to transaction, so we can go here. There is interaction there. Can we add transaction here as well? And it could be expense, it could be income. Really well. There are like different categories. It divided by day. Then we have AI coach. It's a chat. There is update button. There is some highlight information. We can ask a question. We're at back. How my expenses doing? Asking a custom question, it gives us an answer. I think it's looking pretty good. Overall, a bit of free usage of this emoji icon, like standard AI thing. The design is decent, and I don't really enjoy this kind of layout on the top, but overall it's divided pretty decently. Generating of this prototype costed 140 credits for us. Let's move to the next one. This is Claude Opus. I inputted prompt as well. It didn't give any errors, it gave warning, and there was like a fix button, so I just pushed it and it said that it fixed it, whatever it was. I really like how cleaner this design is looking. It's more premium and closer to what you can see in the actual budgeting applications. We have like June budget feature preview here that you are on track this month, like it was in the prompt. We have add description as separate focal button here. We have custom icons, and let's add a transaction. Okay, transaction add not as a drawer, but as a model, which is a weird choice for a mobile application, but okay, it happens. Let's add what we were adding, grocery run. We're adding a transaction, expenses added, we have notification, we have change of balance here, we have change of balance here, we have shown it here. Also, if we add transaction and then fill it, it show validation right here. Okay, this is good. The old transaction, what if we click here, we just go to the second page. Looking great. Transactions divided by day is really similar to what Sonnet did, but I would say the design is a bit cleaner and more sophisticated. Okay, what we have in the coach? Coach, we have highlights here, how many budget we use, top category, and then there is a chat, there is like additional questions. Where can I save? I think it's looking pretty good. So generating of this prototype costed 146 credits. It's 6 more credits than Sonnet with 0 errors, whereas Sonnet threw 2 errors. Inside Claude, the upgrade is basically free comparing these two, so I would just use Opus. If this is useful, hit like, it helps to see more video like this. And moving to the next family. Here we have Gemini cheaper tier 3 Flash. So I struggled with this particular prototype, not gonna lie. So I input prompt, then I ran it, there were errors, it doesn't show anything, I fixed these errors, I resolved them several times, then there were warnings. This was a real struggle. Then the history page didn't show up. I think I saw it like for a split second. I tried to fix it with additional prompt. So when you click this kind of fix for me button, it doesn't charge extra credits, but when you input a separate prompt, even if it's a bug fix, it charge extra credits. So just keep it in mind. I've got 7 versions, you can see up on the top, and still warnings. I'm just tired of spending my time on this. Let's review what we see in here and what is reflected right away. So the design is much simpler. We have adding button right here for some reason. Let's input it into view mode for example, Android. Yeah, the button is right on the place. So it's more material design coded, which is Gemini and Google specialty. Then we have chart here, which shows how we're spending money. The monthly budget feature is here as well, and we have recent activity. So I can see it all, and I can review history for whatever reason. Let's add a transaction. So we have a drawer. For some reason, it doesn't fit on the screen. Okay, what if we just click it? We have just error. Let's add our grocery run here. Okay, it added it into activity. It changed number here and there. So this is working. It looks much plainer and more AI style. Let's go to see coach. So I would say AI coach is all over the place. Um, I would rather see it more structured with less features because right now I don't know where to start, basically. Okay, overall, Gemini 3 Flash disappointed a bit. I spent 58 credits initially to generate the stuff, then extra 24 credits for this prompt, hoping to fix history page. It didn't fix, so a lot of struggle. Let's move on to Gemini 3.1 Pro. So the first thing to mention that when Figma Make generate a prototype, you got it not wrapped into the viewing mode. So the prototype I've got is like this. It's really responsive, as you can see. When I generated it, I think there were 1 or 2 errors and they fixed themselves. So no extra credits for fixing charge. I would activate mobile preview mode so we could assess it in the relatable way. Overall, the design, it's okay. I won't say there is something groundbreaking or quite modern, but it's material design coded. There is like this plus button. I don't know why it's not centered. Maybe because there is not even number of items on the bottom, but maybe AI planned it this way. Okay, if we can add expense, let's add our expense. What if we Oh, look at that. We have like validation right away. If nothing put here, the button is disabled. Okay, let's put the button here. Uh, this amount is changed. This amount is changed. Wonderful. If we click here to see all, we go to the activity page, where is all our activity, and then take a look at the coach, and we have a chat in the coach. Okay, there is like insights on the top, alert, tip. This is a chat, and it's working. We ask a question, and the answer is there. Overall, decently looking. The structure is really good. It tried to reduce amount of cards, so there is like total balance on top, like in this kind of way. I didn't see account anywhere, so if I want to log out or review my settings, etc., it's not there. So it's a bit of a miss for Gemini Pro, but overall, it's pretty good prototype. Generating of this prototype costed 72 credits. It's 24% more than Flash, but it fixed its errors right away, and now I have fully functioning prototype. I reviewed this prototype several times. It's still working, nothing broke. The Gemini Pro I would trust. Let's move to the last one. We have GPT 5.5 here, and genuinely it stole the looks. This custom font, this bold color and gradient on the background, and also this kind of cream palette, really like it. I ran the prompt, didn't have any problems, any errors, it just built it right away. The perk right away, it only costed 54 credits, which is the cheapest of all 5 models inside Figma Make. Let's review the features. So here we have monthly budget on the screen, we have current balance, standard this month spent, budget left, we have add button, it's open drawer where we can add our expand. What if we click save transaction? There is no validation. If you want to add it into the prototype, you should think about that right away. Let's say we have our grocery run. We choose category groceries. Okay, save transaction. It's added our grocery run right away into the transaction. Let's go to the home. The balance changed here. We have grocery run here. We have reflected it here. Okay, beautifully. The activity, simple. Add new transaction, double buttons here. So it's more prominent right here. We don't have also account. So if you want log out, that's your issue, then what about coach? So here on coach, we still have add transaction and spending button. Um, I want to point out that you could add spending, but you couldn't add income. So like in other application, I think even in Gemini, you could add income. In coach, there is no chat. You only have like insights and that's all. Well, for the cheapest model, it's pretty decent. It's working. The features are there. They're not as wide as on other models, but they're there. And the UI is looking pretty stunning. That's what you got for 54 credits. Overall, we had some discrepancies and differences in the results, but I think each of these results is decent. The main page looking pretty okay. There are all the features from each model, so like pick what you like. The biggest discrepancies is in the AI chat page. 3 models created AI chat and 2 models decided to use easy route and just entered a text tips less AI coach. Okay, let's line up the credits. So GPT is 54, Gemini Flash 58, but we also used extra 24 to fix it and it's still broken. Like, what's happening there? Gemini Pro 72, both Claudes 140 and 146, nearly 3 times the cheapest. In real terms, on a 500 credit seat, it is the cheapest seat in the size of Figma, you can make about 9 builds a month from GPT versus 3 from Opus. Want it to look great, cheaply and run clean? For a pitch or a front end, GPT 5.5. Want the most complete, deepest results, and you'll pay around 2 and 5 times more? Claude, and specifically Opus, barely more than Sonnet and cleaner. Dark Horse, Gemini Pro, plain looking but a genuinely good AI coach and the cleanest expert mid-price. And I wouldn't recommend Gemini Flash. It broke and charged me extra credits to stay broken. So, my honest take, I would use GPT when looks and budget matters, and the moment I need more depth and more detailed features, it would be Claude Opus. I do one of these honest tests every week. Same setup, no hype. Subscribe so you don't miss out.